Greetings all. Today on Merry Meeples we are looking at a game called Celtae. That is how I have looked up and that is how it's been pronounced. Here's your game design, your art and such. It's from Pythagoras. We got it over here in America from Mayfair. Here's your components. Lead a tribe of Celtae as they expand across Europe and gather resources to build citadels or convert them into the war effort against the invading Romans. Recruit soldiers, build fortresses, set up traps, and turn your workers into formidable Druids to boost your actions as the game evolves. In Celtae, a worker swapping game powered by a rondel, you decide which objective cards will score. Only by cleverly managing your workforce will you be able to bring glory to your tribe. 1 to 4 players, 10 and up, 50 to 100 minutes. Let's pop open this box here. So we have 3 rule books. We have the English one, which is the one we'll look at. We have one in Portuguese and one in DE. I'm assuming German. Alright, so here is the backstory of the game. Here are the components. Here is all the setup. We have the game round, a player turn, how to do their turn, and then what the different actions are. You have farm, build, battle, and recruit. Progress marker, the game end, final scoring. Solitarics, the solo mode, their setup, the actions and how they perform them, progress and end of game, final scoring. Then you have your different leaders that you'll get in the game, a little story about each of them, the progress cards, and bonus tiles. Alright, so let's kick the box out of the way for a second and show you this board right here. So first off, the back of the board looks pretty cool. Alright, so let's do the board in halvesies. So you have a north and a south half. Here you have your little rondel action. You'll be moving the rondels or the marker around here to do actions. Actually, let's see if I can get you a full view initially. There we go. You'll see you have the little action marker goes around to let you do one of the 2 actions. When you do the actions, based on which half of the board you're in, is how you interact with everything around here. You have your Roman armies over here. You have your, I forgot what they're called, temples, citadels, some kind of construction down here. You'll be putting stuff on with bonus tokens. Over here you have your Druid stuff and you'll have your Druid markers. This shows you a Druid can be any one of those. You have your workers around these areas. These show you what the actions do. This shows you if you only move 1, you increase your strength by 1. 2, you can do for basically free. 3 costs you 3 strength. So again, Roman armies, and you have a southern and a northern hemisphere to the board. Alright, let's grab this box back over. So you'll have a bag that you'll be putting the workers in. I'd say okay size. My hand's tight and it doesn't seem super deep. Cards went awry. We will show the cards off here after we do all the other components. Alright, so you have, this is the solitaire tile. What's going to happen is it's going to be showing one way, you're going to flip over a card, do stuff, and this rotates and tells you what actions they're going to do and what workers they're going to swap out. So here are the workers. They are these big, thick discs. Oh, he's gone. He gone. So here's the Druids. You have your builders, your nobles, your warriors, I think, your farmers. So you have a bunch of different ones of those. Then let's grab the player boards. So you'll see there's 4 player boards. There's the backs of them. So these you're going to have an active area where you have 3 active workers, but then as you recruit, you're going to be bringing workers down into your tribe. These are going to monitor your strength. Let's bust open another bag of wood components. Here are discs and cubes and whatnot. So your discs are going to be in here, and you're going to be placing those out onto those temples, and then you're going to be monitoring your strength this way, and you'll have garrison cubes off to the side you'll be putting on the board. So a pretty cool player board with all the cutouts and punch outs. This symbol here means points. So wherever you see it means you'll be getting points at end of game. As I said, you have all those wood bits. And here, let's pour this out. You have that marker that's going to be moving around, picking your action. And then these are progress markers. These are going to be the end game trigger. You're going to be putting these on progress cards as the game progresses for how the end of game scoring is going to work. And once they're all gone, it triggers the end of the game. You have a score pad with all the ways you're going to score. This is the Teutas tile. Basically, once the marker goes across the one river, you're going to move one to a progress marker. This goes to the next player. When there's none, you go to end of game scoring. Alright. End of game scoring is when there's none. You finish the current round, then each person gets a double turn, and then you do the scoring. Alright, there's that. What do we got next? So many wood bits. Alrighty, so here we have the Roman tiles, the battle tiles. Their backs show 2 points and, come on, should be a 1 point. 1 point. Then on the front it shows the strength you need, and then how many points it's going to be at the end of the game, 1 or 2. Basically, you shuffle up the 2s, you shuffle up the 1s, you make a stack for the north and the south, depending on player count. In a 2-player game, it's going to be, I believe it was 2 2s and a 1. Here you have bonus tiles you can get throughout the game, and you can discard these to either have 1 extra worker, which is kind of what this game kind of does, is when you do an action, its strength is dependent on how many workers you have in your active workers and your tribe. You can use these to increase that by 1, or you can flip it to this side to take any action after you move that action marker. So you move the action marker, and instead of doing where you're at, you can discard one of these to do any other action of your choice. One final baggie in here. So these are the bonus tiles that get put down by those forts, castles, camps, cathedrals. I can't remember what they're called. But these get randomly placed down. And then when you put a marker there, you get the bonus. When it's completely filled, whoever put the last one takes it. And it's going to be a point at the end of the game. And as you'll see, they have the little symbols up there. These are for the south, those are for the north. These are your Druid tiles. So kind of like the Roman tiles, you have 2 points and 1 point, and you're going to make the same types of stacks, except this is when you do the recruit action, you can send some of your workers off to become Druids. You would send off these specific workers, and then you'd be able to get a Druid tile, which as we covered is a wild tile. And then you take one of these, flip it over, and you're getting a point at the end of the game for that tile. Alright, we do have the cards. So there's a few different types of cards. So let's start off here. And so you have advertising, 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 advertising. There we go. So these are your leader cards. You'll get one of these at the beginning. They have 2 sides. They have an A side and a B side. So the A side is if you accomplish this by the end of the game, you get a point. When a certain amount of progress markers are gone, you have the option to flip this to the B side. On the B side, if you accomplish this, you get 3 points. However, if you don't accomplish it, you get no points. So you have all the different leaders. There. Next up, we have those progress cards. So like this, I believe, would have 2 or more of your little citadel cathedral things on there. And then you're going to put the progress marker, so this could be worth up to 3 points if you accomplished that. So you have the 3-point ones. all these different ones. And then you have your 2.1s. Like so. And then the last deck I'm going to show you is it's going to be kind of a display out there, and you get these cards typically by farming. They have different colors on them. So the colors are going to matter when you need to put something in a temple, because you need to match the color to the temple. So that's what the upper part is for. And then the bottom part is when you do the battle, you have to discard these to do the battle with the Romans, and also to put out your garrison cubes. So basically your battle strength is you discard as many of the same type of card, and however many workers you have by that many cards, max of 4. So if I have 4 workers and I discard this one, this card's worth 4. So 2 of those would be worth 8 and 12 and so on. So you have all the different colors. It's a really cool artwork. And we're going, and we're going, and am I going fast or is this sped up? You'll never know. Well, you might. You might be good at noticing those things. And there we go. So that is the cards in Celtae. Alright, I am now going to go set this up so I can get a playing.